Hello friends, and welcome to your December 2022 TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. I hope you are well and I hope you are excited for December TarotScopes as I am excited to start recording them. So just to give you a little bit of housekeeping as to what it is, how it works, so what you can expect over the next couple of minutes. This intro, everybody gets the same intro just to save me from repeating things 12 times. I record 12, and I'm showing four fingers, I mean, I don't know. I record 12 readings using the same structure, the same method, the same process, the same tarot decks, etc. I record 12, and I want to show four fingers again. I don't know what's up with me with that. So I record 12 videos, one for Aries, going all the way through to Pisces. I stick this intro at the beginning of each of them, and I release them, giving you insight into the month ahead. We are obviously into the last month of 2022, and it is super exciting to be at this place. So what I've done, instead of our standard kind of TarotScope structure, I've actually created a bit of a spread that's going to help you to see what was the lesson of 2022. Have you achieved that? What do you still need to do to overcome it? What do we need to take with us into 2023? What do we need to leave behind? And a couple of other things, okay? So I've sort of thrown together this ensemble of a spread of a reading, and I'm going to do exactly the same reading for each sign of the zodiac. If you're on YouTube and you open up the description of this video, you will find links to all the other zodiacs. So if you want to watch for your friends or your partners or your children, or somebody, your worst enemy, to see what it is that they need to deal with or what they are going through, you can do that. So all of them will be in the description below. And you can just go through and watch as many as you need. I do encourage everybody, when I do the month ahead TarotScopes like this, I do encourage you partway through the month to sort of come back and just do a quick check-in. All right, I know I do TarotScopes on a weekly basis, but then is categorized by element. So for the month ahead, I like to do full videos for each sign of the zodiac. I also, when I start the recordings, I set the intention that it be applicable to your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. So if you do know what your things are, if you do know what your alignments are, you are welcome to watch all of those. So yeah, whatever is applicable and appropriate to you. So I do generally just do the 3, sun, moon, and rising, because then it just gets too complicated if we go any further than that. So when I'm shuffling and when I'm doing the videos, I do set those intentions. I am going to work with 2 amazing tarot decks for this particular reading. The first one I'm going to work with is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Now, oopsie, I nearly dropped it there. This deck is just amazing. Let me do that, then the camera will hopefully focus. The artwork is just gorgeous. The artwork is just beautiful. And it's got quite a whimsical fantasy type of feel to it. And then to pair it with, I'm pairing it with the Tarot of the Hidden Realm, which is just as gorgeous, just as beautiful. I hope the camera's focusing because I can't see. And just as whimsical, just as fantasy related. So I thought these two will actually work so well together to do the reading. Like I said, I've got a whole lot of questions written out. I am also going to include an oracle deck as well. So, it's going to give you a lot of insight in how best to end off 2022. We are then obviously looking forward at 2023. So when I do the January TarotScopes, which I will release sort of the last week of December, in that last week of December, I will release the January TarotScopes, and there we're going to look forward at the whole of 2023. So this one for December, we're basically looking backwards. We're looking at 2022. What do you still need to achieve? What was the lesson? Have you done it? How are you doing? What do you need to leave behind? And what do you need to take ahead with you? So I do hope that you are going to enjoy the readings. If you do enjoy the reading, all I ask from you is a thumbs up. I love comments, so if you do want to leave me a little comment, that would always be greatly appreciated. I do read them all. I don't always get a chance to reply, but I do absolutely read every single one of them. And if you would like to leave a show of gratitude, you can. Just over here somewhere on the screen will be a super thanks button that will allow you to leave a a donation, a tip, if you may, a way of showing gratitude for the insight that you have received during the video. So I'm now going to flip the camera around so that you can see the table and that you don't necessarily have to see my face, because I do need a lot of space to show you all the cards. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to get started with your zodiac. I'll see you there. Virgo, let's get into your reading and see what the month of December has in store for you. So I am shuffling. I changed the tarot decks. In the intro I said that the other one would be the main one, but I changed my mind and I decided that this one was going to be the main one. I do have the other one just off camera here, and I have an oracle over there as well, which I will use at the end of the reading. But this is going to be our main deck for today, which is going to help us to understand 2022, to get us prepared for 2023, and to help us navigate December on its own. Right, so cards are shuffled. What I'm going to do here, Virgo, is I'm going to lay out all the cards. Sorry, I'm lying. I'm going to shuffle the deck. I'm going to place it to the side here, and then I'm going to draw cards straight off the top and see what you need to know for the month of December. Right, happy with that shuffle and cutting the deck over there. And let's place it in the corner here so you can see the cards and it's all good. So we are looking at Virgo. So as we finish off the year, as we finish off 2022, and as we move into 2023, what is an energy, a situation, or a circumstance that you need to leave behind? So what is something that you're not taking, or you should not be taking, into next year with you? And what we have here, Virgo, is the Ace of Swords. This is interesting. So the Ace of Swords is all about ideas and inspirations and the things that you want to do. And it's about that precision stuff, okay? So Ace of Swords is about new ideas and new strategies and new excitement of things. So you want to make sure that we're not taking that into next year, because... And obviously we're still going to draw a whole lot of cards which are going to put everything into perspective. But Virgo, maybe your situation is that you've spent too much of this year coming up with ideas, but you haven't actually done anything with it. And this is why Spirit is saying that this is something to leave behind in 2022, to not take it with you into next year, because maybe next year we actually need to implement some ideas, or maybe we need to have a whole nother experience. We're going to find out. But at the moment, if you're coming up with new ideas, if you're coming up with new things that you want to work on, this is Spirit saying we're not taking it with us. Let's see what you are taking. So this next card, Virgo, is what you should be taking with you into 2023. So that's what we're leaving behind. What are you taking with you? And here we have the Four of Pentacles. You see, I like that. So we've got the structure. So it's a strong, solid structure. It's got four pillars and it's got a roof. Here we have another structure. And here we have these really cute little animals. We have the mommy, we have the babies, all three of them in the bottom here. And it is about just being safe, being quiet, being still, being safe, being comfortable, being secure in our home environments. So I think this is Spirit saying to you, Virgo, that we're not going to take all... So if you're currently, right now, at the time of December 2022, if you're considering change, if you're considering ideas, if you're considering new strategy, new way forward, I think this is Spirit saying to you to rethink it, because actually staying with what you have, staying with the familiar, staying with what you're comfortable with is probably the better thing for you to be doing right now, okay? So Four of Pentacles is saying to you, hold on to what you have. All right, hold on to what you have. Let's rather focus on stability and structure as opposed to coming up with new ideas and wanting to reinvent the wheel. So interesting dynamic that's playing out for you here, Virgo. We're going to see what else Spirit have to say about that. The next card that I'm drawing is a card that's going to explain to you what the theme, sorry, not theme, I will get the right words eventually. So Virgo, what the lesson of 2022 was for you. So the lesson of 2022, what was the objective? What was the lesson that you needed to learn in this whole year? And here we have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is not a nice card. It's not a great card. It's the card of pain, of sorrow, of disappointment, of heartache. You know, here she is holding these roses, and as you know, roses have many, many thorns on her. She has, the roses have caused her to draw a little bit of blood, and the blood is dripping all the way down on her. So we're glad that we're seeing the end. Well, these cards don't want to move today. You must be so glad to be seeing the end of this year, because this has not been an easy year for you. And now I understand why you are so full of ideas and so full of strategy, and like, oh, maybe I should try this, maybe I should try that. It's almost like, I'm going to say out of desperation, that there's this feeling of maybe I should try, maybe I should do, maybe, because this has been a really hard, difficult year. This has been a year of disappointment and tragedy and hardship and difficulty, just continuous. We're going to see what next year is all about, but now we start understanding the situation that you're going through. So Virgo, this is Spirit saying, take this with you into next year, because this is the familiar, this is the comfortable. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on to the things that matter most and letting go of the things that aren't relevant anymore. So we're going to leave behind this desire within you, this feeling within you to change, to make new, or to try different, to do things in a different way. We're going to let go of that. We're going to stick to tried and tested, and we're going to recognize that this has just been the lesson of the year. Next card we're drawing, carrying on with the theme of lessons, but now we're going to look at what is the lesson of next year. What is the lesson of 2023? So the lesson of 2022 was about suffering and hardship and difficulty. 2023 brings about the Six of Swords. So both of them have got their heads pointing up. Both of them are looking up in the same direction. She is a little bit forlorn, a little bit hard done by, a little bit uncomfortable. This lady looks a little bit more positive to me. I'm loving all the birds flying in the sky, because that is a symbol of freedom. It's a symbol of open space and all the rest of it. The fact that she's got her arm here behind her as well, and it's almost like she's moving forward with her heart center and her mind, and she's leaving her physical aspects behind, whereas here we're holding on to everything, we're keeping it all in. So there are similarities between these two. So the lesson of 2022 has been about the suffering and the hardship and the difficulties and the challenges, etc. And next year, 2023, is about new adventures, new experiences, moving on. Okay, because this is the card of moving on. This is the card of leaving the past behind you. I'll play drums. Leaving that past behind you and giving yourself permission to move on. But we need to hold on to the familiar, the comfortable. Don't feel like you have to change everything about yourself. Don't feel like you have to become a completely different version of yourself, because that is not what Spirit is saying to you. Spirit is saying to you, 2023 is going to be about new experiences, new adventures, and things that you're going to do, things you're going to experience, things that you've never done before, whole new experiences. But we need to leave the past in the past. We don't want to carry any of this forward with us. Okay, so on saying that, on not wanting to carry any of this forward with us, let's find out. Next card, next question. The lesson of 2022, because let's be honest, 2022 is not finished yet. We've still got December. There is an entire month still to go of heartache, pain, disappointment, etc. So how have you done with that? So basically, Virgo, the question I'm asking now is, have you completed the lesson? Have you completed the lesson that you needed to learn, or is there still time to finish? Nine of Cups, complete, done. Done. Look at that. He's holding a cup of water. That water is calm, that water is still, the cup is full. He looks calm, he looks tranquil, he looks quite happy. The Nine of Cups is your wishes come true card, okay? So I do think this is an incredibly positive yes card to the question of, have we learned the lesson? Have we completed the lesson we needed to learn? And this is an absolute yes from Spirit. So Virgo, that is great. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, any new ideas, any thoughts that you have right now, throw them out the window, okay? December, we're just going to coast. We're just going to go through it. We're going to stick with the familiar. We're going to stick with what we know. And we're just going to get through this year so that next year we can start experiencing all that the world has to offer. All right. Speaking of, we still have the month of December to go through, as I've said. So what does December have in store for you? What do you need to be aware of in the month of December? And here we have Life Renewed. I love that. I love this card. This is out of this deck, I think this is my favorite card. So we have the youth, we have innocence, we have beauty, we have all of these things depicted here by this young soul. She is holding in her hand a seed that is starting to germinate. I want to see if I can get the camera to focus. There you can see the root, and there you can see the leaves. Okay, so this seed, this acorn, is starting to germinate. It's starting to show signs of life. She is super excited about it and super happy about it, and she is showing it to the world and saying, do you recognize the potential that this little seed carries of what it could do, how it could help people, what it could produce, etc. And she recognizes that this is the sign of life. She doesn't quite fully understand how it all works. She doesn't need to understand how it all works. She just has faith and trust. And for you, for all of you Virgo energy, this is what December is about for you. December is about letting go of that. We've already completed the lessons. We've already let it go. So for the month of December, we're going to focus on new beginnings, new opportunities, new life, and finding that inspiration, finding that enthusiasm, finding that spark of life that we need to find, so that we can just really finish this year off on a high note. So here is my other tarot deck. I am going to give it a shuffle, and I don't have specific questions this time around, like I did now previously. I don't have specific questions, but what I want to know from this particular deck is, how should you finish this year off? What do you need to know for December? I mean, how do we life renewed? How do we get our enthusiasm and our creativity and our excitement for all of life back when we've had such a hard and difficult year? So Virgo, how do we progress? How do we move forward? How do we experience all that life has to offer in the month of December? I'm also asking Spirit at this point, anything else that they want to elaborate on, anything else that they want to clarify, anything else that Spirit feel I missed completely, they are at this point allowed to bring it through, because at this point I have no set questions. I am trusting that everything will work the way that it needs to. That was just me and my terrible bad shuffling. All right, let's see. Okay, just do one more. And now I'm going to cut card number 1. So December 2022, what do you need to know? Virgo, how do you handle it? How do we finish off? We've got the 8 of Spells, and the second card we have is the Green Mother. So now, just tidy up a little bit here first. You can see why I love working with these two decks together, because the artwork, there is a similarity, there is the same kind of energy about it, and if it wasn't for the titles across the bottom, you wouldn't even know that they come from a different deck. The 8 of Spells. So Spells in traditional tarot is the suit of wands. So this would be the 8 of Wands. Now again, we've got all of these beautiful owls, and they're all flying towards us. Okay, there's even a feather over there, but they're all coming towards us. We've got feathers over there as well, and this is the card of movement and change. So this is Spirit saying to you, this is Spirit acknowledging that next year is not going to be like this year. Next year is going to be so much different. There is so much potential. There is so much opportunity. You have done so well to learn and to understand and to comprehend and to process, but you need to let go of this ability to want to do anything. Right now, no. Change is coming, movement is coming, evolution is happening, but we're here. We're still at baby steps. We're still in early stages, okay? So for the month of December, just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. However you are living, whatever's going on, whatever your plans are, just stick with it. As long as you're not putting off anything for next year, as long as you're not saying, oh, I'll do it next year, I'll do it next year. Just any plans that you have at the moment, keep them going. Do not make any changes. And then the second card that we have here, this is card number 3. And card number 3 is the Green Mother, otherwise in traditional tarot known as the Empress. So she is the mother of all, mother to all. So she is the mother to her own child. She is mother to animals, to birds, to the earth, to Mother Gaia, to everything. She is the one who gives birth, gives life to everything. She nurtures, she loves unconditionally, and she takes care of everybody. And you need to understand, this is just a reminder for you that things are in motion, things are happening, changes are coming, okay? Changes are coming, and the universe is going to take care of it. You don't have to be the one to initiate, to do anything. You have to just be patient and allow nature to take its course. Nature to take its course. Remember, this is what you're taking into 2023. The ability to hold on to the familiar, to hold on to the comfortable, to hold on to that which you know. All right, I have an oracle deck here as well, and I never showed its box earlier. It is the Divine Energy Oracle. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So I want to use this. I want to get a single card that's just going to finish off the reading to just give you the clarity, the confirmation that you need, Virgo, as to December 2022 and moving into 2023. Final message from Spirit for Virgo energy. Final message from Spirit for Virgo energy is, I don't have to add anything. Live life to the fullest. Like, don't try and control anything. Don't try and process anything. Don't try and just live life to the fullest. That is what these 3 cards are saying to you. Excuse me. Live life to the fullest. Do not hold back. And this is for the month of December. So in the month of December, just keep moving, keep action, do everything, love everything, be everything, experience everything that you can. Know that you have learned a lot. You have achieved a lot. You have overcome a lot during this year. So for the month of December, consider yourself having time off. Consider yourself from the universe. The universe is saying, all right, we're not giving any more lessons now. December is going to be easy, simple, uncomplicated. As long as you are living life to the fullest, and as long as you have that enthusiasm for what it can offer you and what it can bring you. So, Virgo, I wish you a month of love, of happiness, of joy and success. And until we connect again, take care.